Yesterday we talked so much about NewJeans, but there's just so much more, like so many more things that keep popping up about NewJeans. So first of all, in regards to the contract, everybody and their mothers were fighting over NewJeans contract. Now, of course, we've never seen NewJeans contract. We don't know what's written in it. We can only assume based on, previous contract disputes, all that jazz. We've talked about this before. But again, people are, speculating the clauses in NewJeans contract and how they're going about this legally that could potentially help them with all of this. So I thought we could look into that actually. So there's this statement by a lawyer going around kind of explaining the whole NewJeans situation in a legal way. Now, of course, legal jargon is going to be legal jargon at the end of the day, and there wouldn't really be like a this person versus that person if it were ever that simple, right? But let's see what this person has to say. This is how they're explaining what's going on. NewJeans will not file for a preliminary injunction to terminate their exclusive contract. The most notable part of the press conference is that as of midnight today, they will terminate the contract but will not file a lawsuit. This is an unprecedented approach. If they were to file a preliminary injunction lawsuit, they would not be able to take any action until a conclusion is reached. So we've seen this before, right? That somebody files a lawsuit and then all their activities are halted until everything is figured out. So I guess this is a way, okay, this is according to this person, right? Of course, we do not know the details. Please keep in mind, we do not know the details, okay? But according to this person, the way that NewJeans went about this would mean that they could continue their activities independently without halting everything to figure everything out through a court of law, if that makes sense. Anyways, however, they can leave without filing a lawsuit. This means that Adore would have to file a lawsuit against NewJeans, and NewJeans can just wait for that. Again, like they can just continue on like nothing happened. Allegedly, okay, take this with a grain of salt. Adore would be the one who would have to go after NewJeans. So they don't have to do anything. Like they would just have to be responding to that. At this point, no one can stop NewJeans from becoming independent. NewJeans is forging a path that hasn't been walked before and is not hiding in the background. Watching them makes you feel good and want to support them. So what do you guys think about this? Because I've been seeing this going around. Everybody, almost everybody, a lot of people just saying that like, no, there's a clause in their contract that actually allows them to do this. And, I would just ask, if it were just that easy, wouldn't more idols have done this previously? Or is it just like super specific to their contracts? I don't know. Again, we're not lawyers. We're just discussing this as it is. But what do you guys think? On the other end of things, of course, people are saying that the clause in NewJeans' contract basically says that if Hybe or Adore violate the contract, then NewJeans can just leave penalty free, right? And in theory, it sounds simple, right? But who is going to prove that Hybe and or New Adore violated the contract, right? Like someone has to prove that. That has to be pretty much fought out, right? But again, we're not lawyers. We're just discussing things, right? Here's what some netizens, again, this does not represent everybody's point of view, but here's what some netizens are saying about that lawyer's statement. Fighting, rather than those wannabe lawyers sitting in the corner of their rooms pretending to know, a real lawyer knows. I've been seeing people getting slammed left, right, and center on Twitter because they're like, well, I'm studying law and this is this and that is that. And people are like, you don't know I'm being really careful. I know I don't know anything. We're just discussing it. Anyways, NewJeans never die. No, but they're seriously so smart. This is clear. If they file a lawsuit for a preliminary injunction, they will not be free until a conclusion is reached. The last sentence is my feelings too. This is simple and clear. NewJeans fighting, NewJeans never die. Everyone thought that they would be going for a lawsuit. They make me proud. NewJeans never die. I'm so supporting them. NewJeans fighting. That is the lawyer's statement. And then I came across another forum basically outlining this clause in their contract. Now, I don't know where they got this from, but we're just going to take a look at it for fun. So wow, NewJeans had this clause in their contract. They just did what they were told. So allegedly, this is what it says. Article 15, cancellation or termination of contract. If the promoter or singer violates the terms of this contract, the other party first gets to set a grace period of 14 days for the violator and demands that the violation be corrected. If the violation is not corrected within the period, the other party may cancel or terminate the contract and claim compensation for damages. Now, again, I don't know know where they got this from, but this is just what some people are discussing. And then the comments, seriously, what NewJeans said today is this: if you're upset, then Hybe, go ahead and file a lawsuit. This is it. It's nice that they tricked themselves with their own rationale. It's already written on paper. Why are Adore acting so sad now? Huh? NewJeans literally did what was told to do. The kids did exactly as they were told. Meanwhile, Hybe and the journalist, ... freaking funny. It's clearly written, but they're complaining about it being too short notice. What is Adore complaining about? Cool women. They just did what was told in their own contract. Meanwhile, fake Door, they're freaking funny. The fact that they played themselves over is freaking funny. So of course we saw in Adore's statement that, was it Adore's statement? Somewhere it was said that basically 14 days was too short. I think it was in the press conference that NewJeans was relaying this message from Adore, basically that 14 days was too short, but then allegedly somewhere people are finding this, that, you know, you get a grace period of 14 days. Now, this might not be, of course, this might not be NewJeans' contract, but I remember whenever they did their emergency live stream, they also gave Hybe, I believe it was 14 days as well. And people were saying from like a legal standpoint, that's like a standard amount, grace period type thing. Do you know what I mean? So then from there, we have NewJeans' official statement. So this basically is kind of reiterating everything that we've seen, well, that we heard in the press conference. Why can't I get this cookie thing away? Deal with the cookies thing. I don't think we're going to read it all anyways, because it really does reiterate most of the things that they said in their press conference anyways, their emergency press conference. They're saying that they've made several requests over the past few months for Adore to rectify the situation. I mean, they've brought up these issues from way back in September when they did their emergency press conference, right? But, you know, they're saying Adore consistently responded with evasion and excuses. We want to make it clear that genuine communication based on mutual respect was not possible due to Adore. And then also we have Adore on the other hand basically saying we want to have meetings, but that's not been possible, and so on. So they did make specific demands from Adore, and we're actually going to look into those demands. But again, they're just saying Adore took no action. Yeah, again, they just basically reiterate everything. They have faithfully fulfilled their contract obligations. The termination of the contract is solely due to Adore's breach of contract, and they are not liable for penalties. Again, I feel like legally someone is going to have to decide whether or not that is true, right? So it seems that NewJeans released a 26-page document that contained Adore's response to NewJeans' demands. So we're going to take a look at a little bit of an overview. Obviously, I don't have 26 pages in front of me, but we're going to take a look at some of the things that they outlined. Identifying and taking action against the person who decided and instructed to abandon NewJeans. I believe this is in reference to the internal documents where it says that they are plagued by the term New Isla and they want to throw away the new and start over. So of course, New Isla referred to what we thought back then, NewJeans, Islet, and Le Seraphim. In Adore's response, they do clarify it meant NewJeans, Ive, and Le Seraphim, and they kind of, you know, say they never meant they wanted to throw away NewJeans. An official apology from the manager of Belief Lab, who made remarks involving Honey, saying, ignore her. We should all know about this situation already. They want an apology. Measures regarding inappropriate remarks made by Hybe PR staff member. This is in regards to when NewJeans were, you know, debuting in Japan. A Hybe PR staff member apparently went to a reporter to correct some information, basically saying that, you know, the group didn't sell as much as they thought they would. Deletion of videos and photos NewJeans used without consent. I believe this is in reference to the pre-debut dance practices and so on, where the members are quite young, dancing in heels and leggings, right? Assessing and addressing the damage NewJeans suffered due to album Push Out, resolving the dispute with director Shinusaka of Dolphiners Films and the issue of existing projects disappearing. So again, in reference, we're just naming off all the things that we've been covering for the past few months. The Dolphiners were in charge of like the channel Panisu, right? And then they were saying that Hybe wanted them, or rather Adore wanted them to delete the content, and Adore was like, no, we never wanted you to delete the content, just one specific thing because of like a brand deal and stuff. And Dolphiners came back and were like, why would I lie? Why would I lie about saying that you want me to delete my work, like the work that we put so much effort into? And so much back and forth. Preserving NewJeans' unique identity and works, reinstating former CEO Min Hee-jin. That's the thing. Reinstating former CEO Min Hee-jin seems like the one thing that would probably never happen. I mean, the other points I feel like Adore would probably give in to, except for the last one, right? So below are the summarized responses from Adore to the corresponding demands stated above. So this is what Adore is responding. So Adore does clarify what they meant in the leaked internal documents when they were plagued by the term New Isla and they wanted to get, throw away the new and start fresh. They're saying that abandon new was meant to suggest that Le Seraphim should establish its own unique realm rather than being grouped with NewJeans and IVE, not to abandon NewJeans. So they're clarifying that New Isla was never meant to represent NewJeans, Islet, and Le Seraphim, so Hybe's groups, but netizens were saying New Isla. I don't know if you guys remember when we were first covering this, I was like, but there was a term that Korean netizens were talking about that didn't include Islets. And it didn't also include aespa, and people were upset about that because it didn't include aespa, but I think it was NewJeans, IVE, and Le Seraphim at this point. So they're just clarifying that. What do you think about that? Because they did, the wording did seem like they wanted to throw away NewJeans and it became a big thing, but they're saying, well, no, we didn't mean abandon NewJeans. We just mean separate Le Seraphim from NewJeans so they could shine in their own unique way. Adore requested a meeting with the manager accused of saying ignore her, but Belift Lab refused. It's interesting to see that Belift Lab apparently refused this one. Adore urged Hybe's COO to verify the facts and prevent recurrence regarding the PR staff members' remarks. Okay. Adore is doing their best to resolve the issue of unauthorized photos and videos, although they are not the ones who distributed them. Apparently it was Dispatch or something. So they're saying, well, it's not really us. There was no album push out. Only video Adore raised an issue with director Shin Seok was the ETA director's cut. I mean, again, he said, she said. Adore supported the reappointment of Min Hee-jin as an internal director to preserve NewJeans' identity and ensure their activities. Reinstating Min Hee-jin as CEO is currently not feasible. So that was Adore's response to NewJeans' demands. So yeah, like we were mentioning, Adore basically clarified that it's not Islet, but it's IVE. Here's what some netizens think about that. What are they saying? Anyone can tell that the top are aespa, IVE, and NewJeans. So why did you guys say to discard NewJeans then? Phew, are they not even embarrassed? I just hope that Starship sues them. Wow, how low is their standard gonna go? It's not New Isla, but I knew you aespa and NewJeans, IVE. Nobody asked, so why do you keep on talking? You guys wanted to throw away New to replace them with your princesses, no? Don't mention IVE with your dirty mouths. Stop mentioning them already. And on top of that, it does seem that Adore fully had plans for NewJeans. I mean, why wouldn't they? We were earnest in fulfilling what is considered an important part of the exclusive contract: promotional activities and invites, handling of fees and payments, salaries, provision of calculations, and more. We were planning a fan meeting, a full-length album, a world tour, and more for NewJeans activities in 2025. Although we have continued to give our official statements and responses to the members and their parents, interviews and live streams, it is a pity that they are not giving us a chance to solve these misunderstandings and problems through conversation and communication. We sincerely hope to be able to meet them, as this is necessary in order to fulfill these plans for 2025. So of course, a full-length album, a world tour. We already knew that this was planned beforehand, but they're saying, you guys still got to do it. So then Adore revealed the contents of the email that Kim Joo-young sent to NewJeans. We're just going to go over it quite briefly. Basically, that she wants to meet with them in person, essentially. The Adore staff have been in a state of frustration and sadness for the past 14 days. Since NewJeans were our only artists, some staff felt anxious about the situation. However, we did not forget our duty as the group's agency. We examined the members' demands and prepared a response to them. Basically, continuing on, there were some parts that Adore did not do or could not take direction on, and we felt that 2 weeks was too short, but we did our best with the given time through discussions and confirming with the company. So like we were talking about, probably, the whole Min Hee-jin being reinstated as CEO was one of their hard lines that they couldn't really do or they didn't want to do, right? And then they just go on and talk about the activities that they had planned for NewJeans. We reviewed a lineup of domestic and international producers who can bring out the potential of the members, and we were trying to move in a more positive direction. So searching for new producers for the group. So you can pause to read if you want to read the rest of the email, but Kim Joo-young did send this email to NewJeans.